Everybody been to a Dixie, National Jamboree? Okay, great. The reason why I mention that is because if you were like me when you're 13, 14, 15 years old, and you're hardcore looking for those parakeets, if it doesn't have a parakeet on a red arrow, you don't want it. That's all you care about. You're going to have a hard time when you go to National Scout Jamboree and you try to trade patches. Kyle, have you ever had this experience? You're at the National Scout Jamboree, you walk up and down Thomas Road for miles and miles looking for parakeets on red sticks. How many do you see?
Like 97, the troop outside of the contingent that went, there was 2 Santee flaps seen outside of our contingent.
That's a great example. The entire troop of people, only twice did they see a Santee patch laying on the side of the road trading patches. So again, I'm telling you my story. In 1989, I went to the National Scout Jamboree. This is the little patch I have on my shirt here. I was like, by that point, maybe I was 16 years old, maybe. Went to the Jamboree, walked all over looking for Santee patches, and that's all I cared about. Couldn't find them. So I had to sort of, adjust. What am I going to do? So I just picked something. I picked wolves. Why wolves? I don't know. But I found some patches that had wolves on them, and I thought they were pretty cool. So I started walking up and down the road trading for any OA patch that had a wolf on it, because I like wolves. Well, I found out later that one of my favorite lodges, which is Pellissippi 230, I thought that was a wolf on their flat, but actually it's a silver fox. So that kind of shot a hole in my collection. But anyways, I was looking for wolf patches. So if you go to a Jamboree, you go to a NOAC, you go to something like that, one thing you can collect is you can pick something you're looking for. For me, I picked wolves, okay? I knew a guy named Harrison Penn, kind of as a fun thing. He went to a NOAC in '94. He collected patches with gold mylar borders. Why? I don't know. Just anything that had a gold mylar border. He wanted it. Another friend of mine, Colin Crick, collected anything with E. Erner Goodman on it. You wouldn't think there's a lot of patches with E. Erner Goodman on it, but actually a lot of lodges have done that. We even have one patch we did, I think, for a winter banquet that has E. Erner Goodman's face on it. So any patch with E. Erner Goodman on it, he was after that. If you're an adult, I know a lot of adults have collected their wood badge totems. I can remember one patch auction we had here in the dining hall. Dave Olds, who's now deceased, and David Lee were both wood badge foxes, and they both got into a crazy bidding war over a Muskogee Lodge jacket patch that had a beautiful red fox on it. So you just kind of have to decide, what is it you're going to collect? In 1993, I went back to the Jamboree. I was over my wolf phase. In fact, I think most of those wolf patches were gone and traded and disappeared. All of a sudden, I came across a couple of patches from a lodge in Virginia, Kicquetan Lodge 463. I think I might have some later on here in one of these bags. The thing about this lodge flap that struck me, the reason why I really, really liked it was it had a Confederate flag on it. Ooh. And about that time, there was quite a bit of controversy going on about having a Confederate flag on Boy Scout patches. There weren't that many during this time period that had Confederate flags on them. So I decided, I'm going to look for those. So I walked up and down Thomas Road again, looking, and tried to trade for any Confederate flag patch I could find. Turns out they actually had some patches from a long time ago, back like, now we're celebrating the 150th anniversary of the Civil War. Well, during the 100th anniversary, would have been in the 1960s, there actually were a lot of Boy Scout patches made with Confederate flags. So since then, I've gone and collected a few of those. So this collection I actually haven't traded off, I've kept onto it, but it's a collection I made of Boy Scout patches that have the Confederate flag on it. Not that I'm a raving member of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, and I have a Confederate flag in my bumper sticker, but I just thought, hey, that's a cool thing to collect, I'm going to do it. So there you go. Maybe you have something kind of similar.